just say it's like a really good party. I'm like, yeah, I'm at it.
academic profession will now begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I would like to welcome you to the 2018 Commencement at Dartmouth College. This commencement takes place in the 248th year of the college. It is my pleasure to introduce Brooke Hadley, President of the Native Americans at Dartmouth, for a special welcome.
Haluto Dartmouth College. My name is Brooke Hadley. I am a member of the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma and serve as President of Native Americans at Dartmouth. We gather here today on these historic grounds, the original homeland of the Abenaki people, to celebrate the 248th year of a college founded for the education of Native youth. In 1743, a young Mohegan man, Samson Occam, was inspired by a Narragansett preacher, Samuel Niles, to pursue his education at Reverend Eliezer Wheelock's school. Occam would go on to become a minister and educator in Indian country. The Reverends Occam and Wheelock agreed that the Mohegan preacher would travel to raise funds in Britain for the express purpose of educating indigenous tribes on this continent. He accomplished this goal, but the college did not. Over the next 200 years, only 19 Native students graduated from the college before the 13th president of Dartmouth, John George Kimony, reignited the original mission of the college. Since then, the college has rededicated itself to its charter and the original vision and matriculated almost 1,000 Native American students. More than all the other Ivy Leagues combined. This rededication to serving and educating the indigenous people of our great nation was a worthwhile venture in Occam and Wheelock's time, and it remains a worthwhile venture today as Dartmouth moves forward intentionally honoring the past. Although the aim of the college was to Christianize and civilize the Indian population so as to save them, students today have shown that our culture and continuity as Indigenous people has strengthened us. It is this diversity of thought and background which truly makes Dartmouth unique. The truth of the matter is, when we learn from one another and deal honestly and justly, we can promote, secure, and preserve our community at home, abroad, and here at Dartmouth. Best to all your futures, class of 2018, Yako Ki.
Source of life and blessing, whom we call by many names and understandings. We pause in gratitude, gentleness, and joy to mark this precious moment of accomplishment with the members of the Dartmouth College class of 2018. This morning, we acknowledge the challenges and the wonders of an educational experience that demands of each student courage, resilience, and perseverance, and cultivates evolving questions, perspectives, and transformations. These are gifts of the heart and mind and spirit that are more than the sum of a degree. These are tools that are essential to how each of us makes our way on the journey forward. We are grateful for this quiet moment of reflection, when in looking into the stillness and depth of our being, we take a deep breath and imagine the life of meaning and impact we hope to live. the life that leaves for others a better world that will endure long after we have done our part. Holy One, we give thanks for all those who guided and supported our soon-to-be graduates on their course of learning, the family who provided the grounding for who the students are and want to become, the friends and community who cared for them through doubt and struggle, and the faculty, staff, administrators, alumni, and trustees who invited and inspired them to engage in an expanded appreciation and understanding of the intricate complexity of our planet and our shared imperfect humanity. In the sweetness of this moment, we also acknowledge the sadness for the end of this Dartmouth chapter, for things left undone, for friends about to part company, and for the ache we feel for those who are missing but are always, always present in our hearts and memories. As we reflect on all that brings us to this pivotal time, we offer these words of hope and prayer. Eternal and creative Source, in a world where there is much beauty and fragility, may these graduates conscientiously sustain and care for the earth and all of creation. In a world where there is division, conflict, and injustice, may these graduates take responsibility and seek empathy, equity, and understanding. In a world with much possibility, may these graduates choose the path of living a life that also seeks to lift all others as well. In a world where the journey to reach this day may not always have been easy, and the road ahead will not always be smooth, may the knowledge, wisdom, and compassion these graduates have discovered during their time at Dartmouth guide them to use their intelligence and their hearts to create a world of enduring justice, loving kindness, and peace. Amen.
Candidates for advanced degrees will be presented by their respective deans. Candidates, once raised by your marshal, please remain standing until you have crossed the platform and return to your seats. A professional photographer is present, so we will appreciate the audience's cooperation in keeping the aisles clear. After the candidates for all degrees have been presented, the President will confer all degrees, and the recipients will come to the platform to receive congratulations from the President. Names of the graduate students will be read as they come forward. The candidates for the degree of Master of Business Administration will now be presented by Dean Matthew Slaughter.
Mr. President, the women and men standing before you have completed all requirements for the degree of Master of Business Administration. At the request of the faculty of the Tuck School and on their behalf, I am proud to present these candidates for your conferring of this degree.
The candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Engineering, Master of Engineering Management, and Master of Engineering will now be presented by Dean Joseph Helbley.
Mr. President, the women and men now before you have completed all of the requirements for the degrees of Bachelor of Engineering, Master of Engineering Management, and Master of Engineering. At the request of the faculty of the Thayer School of Engineering and on their behalf, I am proud to present them to you for the awarding of those degrees.
The candidates for the degrees of Master of Arts in Liberal Studies, Master of Arts, and Master of Science will now be presented by Dean John Kuhl.
Mr. President, the Frank J. Guarini School of Graduate and Advanced Studies students standing before you have completed all of Dartmouth's requirements for the degrees of Master of Arts in Liberal Studies, Master of Arts, or Master of Science. At the request of the faculty and on their behalf, I proudly present them to you for the conferring of those degrees.
The candidates for the degree of Master of Public Health will now be presented by Dean Dwayne Compton.
Mr. President, the women and men now presented to you have completed all of the requirements of the Audrey and Theodore Geisel School of Medicine for the degree of Master of Public Health. At the request of the faculty and on their behalf, I am proud to present these candidates for your conferring of that degree.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Dartmouth College, I confer upon you the degrees witnessed by the testimonials you are about to receive and declare you entitled to all of the rights, honors, and special obligations pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Will the degree recipients please come forward?
For the degree of Masters of Business Administration.
For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering, Sean Sengupta.
Samuel Michael Goldar.
Faris Abdullah.
Luis Acosta.
Hamzal Faisal Al-Saran.
Charlie Adams.
Martin Raul Anguita.
Jagrut Arora.
Spencer Birch.
Richard Asala.
Charlotte Ann Blank.
Emily Kate Barry.
Victor Alexander Borza.
David J.S. Bates.
Fiona Louise Brown.
Jeffrey August Bomowski.
Scott Stanton Cowlin.
Pedro Garcia.
Ralph Caristia.
Eunice Chepkorir B.
Catherine Elizabeth Carey.
Daniel C. Bossy.
Geraldo Charles.
Catherine Boyson.
Shuchi Chen.
Katrina Baikova.
Walker Chiefy.
Rene Bystron.
Yuwing Aaron Chung.
Abby Cott.
Maxwell Jack Lee Coleman.
Jordan Caruso.
Thomas Mark Cornu.
Hugh Chen,
Jennifer Ruth Cunningham.
Amanda Michelle Coleman,
Benjamin L. Dobbins.
Marshall Kambari,
Michelle Lynn Dundek.
Beyond O. Commerce,
Ella Ryan Zanetzis.
Timothy David Connolly,
Jacob Cedar Mead Farwell.
Enrique Curiel Arriego,
Edward Paul Feist.
Zoltan Sincoxi,
Catherine Elizabeth Flatham.
Daniel Delgado Roybal,
Graham O'Connell Gengras.
Gibson Donahue,
Shivam Goyal.
Max Dresser,
Eric Joseph Greenlee.
Shudan Du,
Meredith Arnberg Gurney.
Anchit Duggal,
Annie Mayu Hong.
Caroline Epstein,
Nadav S. Hendel.
Thomas K. Estabrook,
George Eco.
Ricardo Mendonça,
Eliza Wright Hoffman.
Derek Farnang,
Stephanie Aaron Jump.
Catherine Fawcett,
Christy Nicole Kelly.
Josh Feller,
Michael Zev Kashkaka.
Lucas Fernandez Cardozo,
Carly Ann Cooperschmidt.
Stephanie Y. Foley,
Ki Wan Kwan.
Isaac Freeman,
Sunju Lee.
Ramon Fernando Fantabella,
Jessica Barnes Link.
Mark Olivier Falam,
Benjamin Littlejohn.
Jai Gandhi,
Ping Jung Liu.
Bianca Jane Petra Goins,
Richard Han Luo.
Daniel Grande,
Vivek K. Sa.
Paul Grundy,
Lloyd May.
John Guffrey,
Kellyanne McElwraith.
Sarthak Gupta,
Nicholas Pieper Newman.
Joseph David Henderson,
Kendall Marie Ronzano.
Eric Hernandez,
Benjamin Rosen.
Josh Hotwet,
Ella Forberg Ryan.
Connie Sue Huang,
Brett L. Seeley Hacker.
Matt Hughes,
Andrew Joshua Schufer.
Karthik Iyer,
Ashley Marie Sissel.
Joyce Shinji,
Jorge Felix Siwadi Katan.
Thomas Johnson,
Thomas James Soldi.
Stephen D. Kelly Jr.,
Mary Margaret Vendetti Stoll.
Adam Kozitek,
Hayong Tang.
Anup Kumar,
Jarrett P. Taylor.
Arushi Kumar,
Williams Reeves Trummel.
Natia Kwachanti Radze,
Celeste Beatriz Vasquez.
Pedro Latapi Angelini,
Emily Wexler.
Abraham Douglas Levy,
Andrew Morris Virchniak.
Yangnan Paul Liu,
Bradley Ashton Whitaker.
Annabellen Manion Suarez,
Jinting Zhang.
Wahan Manukyan,
For the degree of Master of Engineering Management, Maria Augustina Rapetti.
Daniel Marquez,
Niraj Chandraban Ahuja.
Felipe Martins Braga,
Olasugan Samuel Amusan.
Bradley Taylor McMaster,
Damanpreet Singh Anand.
James McNaughton,
Nirja Bakshi.
Milos Milosevic,
Vignesh Balaji.
Kimberly Misher,
Ankit Darmisht Bansal.
Masato Morishima,
Agostino Calazo.
Muyambi Muyambi,
Jaime Dominguez.
Tanvi Nair,
Stephanie Adanya Emenuno.
Claire Elise Nick,
Johan Horgan Brav.
Ailun Iwan Ning,
Sorabe Grover.
Alison McCall Oberg,
Eric Jackman Bernal.
Alana Catherine Maria O'Brien,
Jeet Hamat Kabadia.
Martina Ravelli,
James Keogh.
Joshua Rutanira,
Ninad Nitan Kumtakar.
Joshua Morgan Schwartz,
Shishi Lee.
Kevin Suyo,
Yatish Raju Lula.
Francis Fang Tan,
Diksha Magu.
Haidar Taigun,
Nida Nilesh Mahambre.
Michael Andre Tensley II,
Marlon Mahendra Drataram.
Chris Trekimis,
Saga Rastogi.
Jonathan Chwin E. Wong,
Marian Agustan Russo.
Jamieson Ian Wari,
Josephina Salazar Madero.
David Whitehead,
Arushi Sharma.
Claire Winiarski,
Jorge Luis Shinjo.
Cam Yan,
Kritka Siri.
Rebecca J. Yee,
Elise Nicole Van Gelder. Iran Wong. Juan Ignacio Wegner.
For the degree,
Xiang Yan.
for the degree, Masters of Public Health, Jonathan Smith,
Megan Elizabeth Ye.
Cheryl Shefchek,
Siping Yu.
Rupreet Anand,
Moju.
Dylan Calhoun.
For the degree of Master of Engineering, Shinji Yua Hong.
Lorenzo Chavez.
Jarrett P. Taylor.
Nikki Cozzolino.
For the degree of Master of Arts in Liberal Studies, Benjamin Vonderheide.
Jenna Forehand.
Mariah Renee Farbatko.
Andrew Glick.
Matthew Robert Farbatko.
Stephanie Gogan.
Lauren Amanda Glass.
Dima Hakim.
Annalisa Michelle Goodman.
Lauren Jacobowitz.
Mary Elizabeth Hartong.
Natasha Anna Kareem.
Courtney Lynn Jackson.
Connolly Dominic Miller.
Haley Christine Johnson.
Sarah Elizabeth Moore.
Justine Dominici Kaur.
Ashley Nicole Nguyen.
Amanda Katerina Leong.
Claire Winiarowski.
Karasara Limatstorn.
For the degree,
Kopi Ling.
For the degree, Masters of Science in Healthcare Research, John Anegnost.
Shadara Lynn McNichol.
Benjamin Chair.
Addie Elizabeth Mashir.
For the degree, Masters of Healthcare Delivery Science, Kevin Daniel Bader.
Radhika Moral.
Karen Faye Clements.
Margot Elena Novak.
Heather L. Farley.
Daniel M. Pack.
Matthew DeWolf Gibb.
Jesse R.A. Perez.
Matthew DeWitt Hurd.
Anna Corinne Rayleigh.
Japana Hanapana.
Kristen Marie Rumley.
Lisa C. Maxwell.
Casey Lee Story.
Daniel Joseph Mira.
Julie Hoban Wadland.
Tipu Sasakimaran Usha Kamaru.
Nicole S. Williams.
Jill Marie Weeks.
For the degree of Master of Arts, Mariana Candela Baptiste.
And Peter J. Wright.
Megan Ann Collins. Jared Duke Lichtman. Varol Kavdici. Yan Liu. Marcus Ryan James Pyle. Michael Ryan Ramsey. Tatiana Savichka. Evan W. Strauss. Camila Paulo Tassi. Yihang Chu. Rainey S. Romani. For the degree of Master of Science, Eric H. Alper. Siak Jun Bing. James S. Cassidy. Mahesh Devala. Marissa Christina Lecoz. Ray Jane Kuo. Lin Juen Li. Xixiao Li. Wan Jian Liu. Ruchir Atu Paltal. Srinath Ravichandran. Hyun Ji Xiong. Juan Camilo Torres Ramirez. Zhen Li Wu. Tian Yuan Shang.
The candidates for the degree of Doctor of Medicine will now be presented by Dean Dwayne Compton.
Mr. President, at the request of the faculty and on their behalf, I appear before you now to represent the 77 students who recently completed all of the requirements of the Audrey and Theodore Geisel School of Medicine for the degree Doctor of Medicine. That degree was conferred upon those individuals on June 2nd, 2018.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Dartmouth College, I congratulate the Doctor of Medicine degree recipients and declare them entitled to all of the rights, honors, and special obligations pertaining thereto. Congratulations to them.
Candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy will now be presented by Dean John Kuhl.
Mr. President, the women and men now presented to you have completed all of the requirements of the Frank J. Guarini School of Graduate and Advanced Studies for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. At the request of the faculty and on their behalf, I now proudly present each of them to you for the conferring of that degree.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Dartmouth College, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Philosophy and declare you entitled to all of the rights, honors, and special obligations pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Will the degree recipients please come forward?
Perry Sheets, Chemistry. Jacqueline Murray Andriozzi, Engineering Sciences. Alexandra Eva Arntzen, Engineering Sciences. Mohammed Harris Baig, Computer Science. Christine Stacy Black, Physics and Astronomy. Scott Lawrence Brooks, Engineering Sciences. Hao Cheng, Microbiology and Immunology. Maria Catherine DePoto, Chemistry. Catherine Arnold Ferris, Engineering Sciences. David R. Freund, Mathematics. Shuen Hon, Engineering Sciences. Donald Batsirai Hondagwa, Engineering Sciences. Mackenzie Lee Jones, Physics and Astronomy. Dhrubo Jyoti, Physics and Astronomy. Anum Khan, Biological Sciences. Juliang Li, Physics and Astronomy. Thomas Daniel Loring, Biological Sciences. Jaju Ma, Engineering Sciences. David Martin McClatchy, Engineering Sciences. Catherine Elizabeth Moore, Mathematics. Samuel Alexander Nastasi, Cognitive Neuroscience. Erin Marie O'Malley, Physics and Astronomy. Thomas Buckmaster Overly, Earth Science. Timothy J. Pearson, Computer Science. Rachel Gabriella Pizzi, Psychological and Brain Sciences. Hai Chien, Chemistry. Christina Michelle Rapuano, Cognitive Neuroscience. Christian Anderson Reese, Quantitative Biomedical Sciences. Andy M. Saroff, Computer Science. Tamer Basil Shanbani, Microbiology and Immunology. Rebecca Hillary Shapiro, Computer Science. Carolyn Heather Stwertka, Engineering Sciences. Mohammed Takhti, Engineering Sciences. Yujun Wu, Biological Sciences. Wei Yong, Experimental and Molecular Medicine. Yan Shao, Engineering Sciences.
by the college's Board of Trustees, I present to you 6 remarkable individuals for the conferring upon each of them the degree honoris causa. First, for the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, Peter M. Fahey.
Peter M. Fahey. Peter M. Fahey, besides having an active fan club in sport, in work, and in life, you exemplify what it means to be a true partner and team player. A devoted son of Dartmouth and dedicated student athlete, you earned your degree in chemistry in 1968 before going on to graduate school at the Thayer School of Engineering. You later attended Harvard Business School, where you became a Baker Scholar, graduating in the top 5% of your class. While you began your career as a scientist, you found your true calling as a young associate at Goldman Sachs, one of the world's preeminent investment banking firms. You rose to partner status in record time by applying your trademark work ethic and philosophy of continual improvement that has come to define your life's work. Your affection for your alma mater is surpassed only by your dedication to her. Whether the work is of your choosing or our asking, you give it 200% and inspire others to do the same. You have nobly served this institution as a trustee, a Thayer overseer, and president of your 50 reunion class, just to name a few. Though perhaps your greatest role is that of devoted husband and father of 4 Dartmouth graduates with whom you shared your Dartmouth pride. You've continued your service to others through your active participation in Goldman Sachs philanthropic boards, including 10,000 Women and 10,000 Small Businesses, advising and empowering women entrepreneurs and small business owners all over the world. For your dedication to using every minute of your life to learn, lead, and labor for the individuals and institutions that matter to you. Dartmouth is delighted to award you the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
Mr. President, for the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, Frank J. Guarini.
Frank J. Guarini, through your distinguished career in public service in the U.S. and abroad, you stand as an exemplar of international understanding, responsible leadership, and global citizenship. A member of the great Dartmouth class of 1946, you valiantly served your country in World War II, where you earned a Naval Commendation Medal and 3 battle stars. You went on to earn your law degree at New York University and continued your postgraduate studies in the Netherlands at the prestigious Hague Academy of International Law. In 2 terms as New Jersey State Senator, and then in 7 terms as a member of the U.S. House of Representatives, you served your constituents and your country with sensitivity and diplomacy. Armed with a message that trade is the currency of peace, you served on congressional trade missions to every continent, promoting closer trade relations with all sovereign nations. You were actively involved in the enactment of free trade agreements with Canada, Mexico, and Israel, the Tokyo and Uruguay rounds of GATT, and the Caribbean Basin initiatives that helped to establish a trade policy with our Caribbean and Latin American neighbors. At the same time, you worked to modernize our trade and tariff laws and became an outspoken advocate for fiscal responsibility. In 1994, you were appointed by President Bill Clinton as U.S. Representative to the United Nations General Assembly. You extended your global impact through philanthropy. Your belief in the power of your Dartmouth education led you to become one of the most generous donors in our institutional history, ensuring that those who follow not only have the same transformative experience, but the global perspective needed to succeed in today's world. For your outstanding contributions to international trade law, for your exemplary service as a veteran and elder statesman, and for your extraordinary commitment to educating and cultivating the next generation of global leaders, Dartmouth is proud to award you the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh, gosh, this is such a moment for me.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, for the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, William Hilbrand Holmes.
William Hilbrand Holmes, with fearlessness and aptitude, you've made medical miracles possible for patients on every continent. You graduated from Dartmouth with distinction in 1979 before earning your medical degree, though your education did not end there. A true lifelong learner, you never stopped training. Your constant desire to broaden your medical skills has made you an exceptionally versatile and gifted practitioner in the most challenging of settings and circumstances. With a tremendous sense of altruism, you dedicated your life to traveling the world, often at great personal risk, from one disaster-stricken area to the next, providing direct medical care to victims of war, genocide, poverty, and natural disaster. Cognizant of local customs and respectful of cultural differences, you provided compassionate care to the neediest of patients in every corner of the globe, from an Inuit village in Alaska to a refugee camp in Cambodia. You founded hospitals in Mongolia and Nepal, and over a span of 3 decades, partnered with dozens of aid and humanitarian organizations to advance public health in the world's most vulnerable areas. You documented your experiences in the 2011 book, Voices from the Peace Zone, donating author royalties to the Third Monday, a charitable foundation you established 25 years ago with your friends from Dartmouth to bring light and hope to children struggling in the most distant parts of the world. For your selfless acts of service in providing outstanding medical care to patients around the globe, and for your unwavering commitment to strengthening health care systems in the lesser developed world, Dartmouth is proud to award you the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. Congratulations.
Mr. President, for the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, Sylvia Florence Kaya.
Sylvia Florence Kaya, as a caring physician, dedicated teacher, and outstanding scholar, you identified the critical link between physical and mental health and significantly improved the health and welfare of Tanzania's most vulnerable populations. Your passion for your profession was born when your sister's tonsillectomy piqued your interest in medicine. Trusting your father's conviction that you could be anything you wanted to be, you set your sights on becoming a doctor. Soon thereafter, you were accepted into the medical school at the University of Dar es Salaam. Always an exceptional student, you furthered your training in England and the Netherlands before returning to your home country. As one of the few practicing psychiatrists in Tanzania, you recognized early on that even widely proven medical interventions would fail if they didn't address the untreated mental health issues of those they were designed to help. Your path-breaking research on adolescents and women has led to implementation of new interventions at all levels of care, including successful community-based interventions focused on the psychosocial issues associated with postpartum depression, STDs, and HIV. As Dean of the Medical School at Muhimbili University of Health and Allied Sciences, you became a role model to aspiring women physicians and health scientists in Tanzania. Further, your commitment to international collaboration on grant-funded programs and research has made you a highly valued and critical part of Dartmouth's Dar research team in partnership with your university. For your leadership and mentorship in teaching, research, and practice, for your compassion and advocacy for underserved patients, and for your courageous support of the mental health infrastructure in Tanzania, Dartmouth is proud to award you the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. Congratulations.
Mr. President, for the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, David M. Rubenstein.
David M. Rubenstein, as a successful financier and patriotic philanthropist, you've distinguished yourself as one of the most generous Americans of our time. The first in your family to attend college, you lived the American dream, graduating with distinction from Duke University in 1970 before earning your law degree. After starting your career as an attorney, you parlayed your legal experience into a role in public policy in the Carter administration. In 1987, you took a calculated risk and co-founded the Carlyle Group. Under your leadership, it became one of the largest and most successful private equity firms worldwide. You attributed your success to luck, but it was your financial acumen, hard work, and signature self-deprecating style that earned you a place amongst the world's most respected business leaders. Recognizing that the greatest wealth comes from a generous heart, you were among the first to sign on to the Giving Pledge, publicly committing to donate the majority of your wealth to charitable causes. You helped preserve some of our nation's most precious monuments and helped protect one of the world's most endangered species. You matched that with a lifetime of service and transformational leadership in a multitude of nonprofit boards while illuminating the characteristics of influential global leaders for others through your peer-to-peer interviews on The David Rubenstein Show. For your self-made business success, for your commitment to honoring the freedoms and opportunities afforded by our nation, and for your demonstrable love of humanity through your gifts of time, talent, and treasure. Dartmouth is pleased to award you the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. Congratulations.
Mr. President, for the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, Mindy Kaling.
Mindy Kaling, you too have a fan club, I can see. As an award-winning actress, writer, and producer, you entertain and delight audiences worldwide with your wit, wisdom, and originality. Wickedly smart and eminently funny, you earned your way to Dartmouth, where your star was born. You graduated with your degree in drama in 2001, and just 2 years later, saw Matt and Ben, a play you co-wrote with your Dartmouth classmate, named one of Time magazine's top 10 theatrical events of the year. A decade later, that same magazine named you one of the 100 most influential people in the world. Your meteoric rise to Hollywood superstar status is of your own making. With courage, determination, and brilliance, you actively pursued your small-screen childhood dream, unafraid to express yourself, confident in your own abilities, and willing to work hard for your success. Your portrayal of Kelly Kapoor in the Emmy Award-winning television series The Office captured the attention of critics and audiences alike, while your outstanding writing for the show earned you an Emmy Award nomination. As creator, writer, and producer and star of The Mindy Project, you proved your talent transcendent. You went on to author not one, but 2 best-selling memoirs and land starring roles in a litany of feature films, including A Wrinkle in Time and the highly anticipated Ocean's 8. For your exceptional body of creative and comedic work, for your kindness and humility in the face of fame, and for your inspiration of aspiring artists and nonconformists everywhere, Dartmouth is proud to award you the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. Congratulations. Full service.
Good morning. To the class of 2018, the faculty, the parents, the grandparents, fellow honorees, and the paid laughers I have scattered throughout the audience. It is an honor to join you this morning for this special occasion. It is also an honor to speak to you today from behind this gigantic tree stump, like some sort of female Lorax with an advanced degree. That's right, you guys. I'm hitting Dr. Seuss hard and early in this speech. Because Dartmouth grads have a privilege unique among all the Ivy League. We will be forced to be mini experts on Dr. Seuss for our entire lives. On my deathbed, I'll be saying, did you know that his real name was Theodore Geisel? Did you know that he was the editor of the Dartmouth Jack-o'-lantern? And yes, while no US presidents have gone to Dartmouth, we can at least lay claim for the wonderful Dr. Seuss. Another notable alumnus is Salmon P. Chase, the man on the $10,000 bill. A symbolically powerful piece of paper that's largely useless in the real world. Like a degree in playwriting, which I received from this very institution. Thank you for paying for that, Mom and Dad. It's a thrill to be back here in New Hampshire, the Granite State, known for 2 things: the place where you can legally not wear your seatbelt, and Adam Sandler's birthplace. New Hampshire has one of the best mottos of any state: live free or die. For outsiders, it sounds like an exciting declaration of freedom. But when you're here in January, die actually sounds like a pretty good option. I remember the days when it was so cold your sneeze would become an ice sculpture before it hit the ground. In Los Angeles, where I live now, if I sneeze, I just call my doctor and have my blood replaced with that of a teenage track star. That's normal there. I'm mostly track star right now. Before I get any further, I should actually probably clarify who I am for the parents and grandparents in the audience who are thinking to themselves, who is this loud Indian woman? Is that the girl from Quantico? She looked so much worse in person. No, I'm not Priyanka Chopra. Not even Padma Lakshmi. I'm the other Indian woman we have allowed to be on television, Mindy Kaling. Thank you. You may remember me from my role on The Office as Kelly Kapoor, who internet commenters said was, quote, shrill. And, quote, took up valuable time that could have gone to Steve Carell. I then created and starred in my own TV show, The Mindy Project. Thank you very much. It was an uphill battle to get that show on the air, but it was worth it because it enabled me to become Dartmouth's most successful female minority show creator who has spoken at commencement. Oh wait, no. Shonda Rhimes went here. Yep, and she's created like 10 more shows than me, so great. No, cool, Shonda. Friggin' role model, good for you. But today is not about famous alumni, no. It is about the men and women who have toiled in obscurity for years so that they might better our country. I speak, of course, of the 51% of Dartmouth grads who will go into finance. Highest in the Ivy League. Look left, look right. All three of you will be spending at least 10 years in a white-collar prison. I know that going into the real world sounds scary, but it's exciting too. Finally, you'll be in control of your own lives. No longer will there be an irrational board of trustees telling you can't have hard liquor on campus. For the ridiculous reason that they don't want you to die. Come tomorrow, no one can stop you from filling your apartment with $4.99 handles of Uncle Satan's unfiltered potato vodka. Go crazy. It's a real moment of reflection for me to be standing here speaking to all of you now, because it makes me hearken back to my own time at my Dartmouth graduation. Madeleine Albright was my commencement speaker. And while I don't remember any specific quote she said, or even a general gist of what she was talking about, I do remember thinking, I wonder what it'll be like to have my own cell phone. How things have changed. For all I know, at this very moment, most of you are posting this speech on your Instagram stories with a gif of Winnie the Pooh twerking. If you are, please at least use my official hashtag, MindyGoesBigGreen2018. Thank you. I bet none of you remember a time before the internet. Hell, you probably don't even remember a time before the Facebook page Dartmouth Memes for Cold AF Teens. Yeah, I know about that. It made me feel like a real creep researching it. Hello, I'm a 38-year-old woman who wants to join your teen Facebook group. It's for research, I swear. Meanwhile, when I was in college, we didn't even have Google. If you wanted to find out, say, how tall Ben Affleck was, you were out of luck. You just had to sit there, not knowing, and your entire day would be ruined. Or say I wanted to meet up with a friend. I couldn't just text her. I had to walk outside and hope I accidentally bumped into her. Or I blitzed her. Blitzmail. You know that feeling you have when you tell your friends that you blitz and they don't get it and you roll your eyes all smug like, oh, it's a Dartmouth thing? That ends today. You try to say blitz 100 yards east of White River Junction and you will get laughed back to your one-room triple in the Choates. Fun fact, in 2001, the year I graduated, a pink eye epidemic broke out amongst my classmates because we were all using public blitzmail IMAC terminals and not washing our hands. Those are just kind of the sexy stories indicative of my time at Dartmouth. You have so many cool new things here now. Like, look at the new logo, the D-Pine. It's beautiful. It reminds me of what college-age Mindy thought a marijuana leaf might look like, but I was too scared to actually find out. And this new house system, it sounds really cool. It's so Hogwartsy. You know, you sort it into your little Gryffindors and Ravenclaws, except they're called South House, West House, Schoolhouse. Okay, come on guys, Schoolhouse, really? We're just saying what we see? That's the laziest name I've ever heard in my life. And I've spent over a decade working on shows called The Office and The Mindy Project. Still, I remember sitting where you're sitting. I was so full of questions like, when is this thing going to end? And how many friends can I invite to dinner and still have mom and dad pay? And most importantly, why didn't I wear any clothes underneath my gown? Now we're reaching the part of the speech where I'm supposed to tell you something uplifting, like follow your dreams. In general, advice isn't actually an effective way to change your life. If all it took to make your life great was hearing amazing advice, then everyone who watched TED Talks would be a millionaire. So don't trust any one story of how to become successful. As Madeleine Albright said at my commencement, see, I don't remember anything, and I did just fine. So here is some practical advice that you may or may not remember at the end of the speech because, hey, that's the gig. 1, first off, remove proficient at Word from your resume. That is ridiculous. You're really scraping the bottom of the barrel of competency there. This is how you become proficient at Word. You open Word on your computer. 2, most of your post-college life is simply filling out forms. Car insurance, health insurance, W-2s, W-4s, 1099s. Guess what? None of us know what any of those forms mean, but you will fill out 100 of them before you die. 3, you never need more than one pancake. Trust me on this. Cartoons have trained us to want a giant stack of those bad boys, but order one first and then just see how you feel later. This one is just for guys. When you go on dates, act as if every woman you're talking to is a reporter for an online publication that you are scared of. One shouldn't need the threat of public exposure and scorn to treat women well, but if that's what it's going to take, fine. Date like everyone's watching, because we are. 5, and this might be the most important, buy a toilet plunger. Trust me on this, don't wait until you need a plunger to buy a plunger. Commencement is a time of transition for parents, too. That empty nest you were enjoying these past 4 years, gone as soon as the speech is over. I hope you like full-time lodgers who don't pay rent, don't do laundry, eat all the food in your fridge, and binge Family Guy on your sofa for weeks. That is your life now. Although some of your graduates will be making more money than you. 51% to be exact. And to the parents of those investment bankers, consultants, and hedge fund analysts, congratulations. Your kids will be fabulously wealthy, but still somehow sharing your cell phone plan because it, quote, saves everybody money. Okay, now let's get real. Let me rip off the Band-Aid for all of you, the 18s. Next year, the next year of your life is going to be bad. You have been in the comfortable, fleece-lined womb of Mother Dartmouth for 4 years now, and you're going to go out in the cold, hard world. Out there in the real world, there will be a target on your back. People will want to confirm their expectations of Ivy League graduates, that you're a jerk, that you're spoiled, that you use the word summer as a verb. Those stereotypes exist for a reason. I mean, come on, the guy from the $10,000 bill went to this school. You're graduating into a world where it seems like everything is falling apart. Trust in institutions are at a record low. The truth doesn't seem to matter anymore. And for all I know, the president just tweeted us into a war with Wakanda, a country that doesn't exist. So, class of 2018, you are entering a world that we have toppled like a Jenga tower, and we are relying on you to rebuild it. But how can you do that with the knowledge that things are so unstable out there? I'll tell you my secret, the one thing that has kept me going through the years, my superpower: delusion. This is something I may share with our president, a fact that is both horrifying and interesting. 2 years in, I think we can pretty safely say that he's not getting carved onto Mount Rushmore, but damn if that is not a testament to how far you can get by just by believing that you are the smartest, most successful person in the world. Okay? My point is, you have to have insane confidence in yourself, even if it's not real. You need to be your own cheerleader now, because there isn't a room full of people waiting with pom-poms to tell you, you did it. We've been waiting all this time for you to succeed. So I'm giving you permission to root for yourself. And while you're at it, root for those around you too. It took me a long time to realize that success isn't a zero-sum game, which leads me to the next part of my remarks. I thought I might take a second to speak to the ladies in the audience. Guys, take a break. You don't have to pay attention during this part. Maybe spend the next 30 seconds thinking about all the extra money you'll make in your life for doing the same job as a woman. Pretty sweet. Hey girls, we need to do a better job of supporting each other. I know that I am guilty of it too. We live in a world where it seems like there's only room for one of us at the table. So when another woman shows up, we think, oh my God, she's gonna take the one woman spot. That was supposed to be mine. But that's just what certain people want us to do. Wouldn't it be better if we worked together to dismantle a system that makes us feel like there's limited room for us? Because when women work together, we can accomplish anything. Even stealing the world's most expensive diamond necklace from the Met Gala, like in Ocean's 8, a movie starring me, which opens in theaters June 8th. And to that end, women, don't be ashamed to toot your own horn like I just did. Okay, guys, you can listen again. You didn't miss much. Just remember to see Ocean's 8, now playing in theaters nationwide. Ocean's 8, every con has its pros. And now I wanted to share a little bit about me, Mindy Kaling, the Dartmouth student. When I came to Hanover in the fall of 1997, I was, as many of you were, driven, bright, ambitious, and really, really into the Black Eyed Peas. I arrived here as a 17-year-old, took the lay of the land, and immediately began making a checklist of everything I wanted to accomplish. I told myself that by the time I graduated in 2001, I would have checked them all off. And here is my freshman fall checklist. Be on Hanover crew, be on Lodge crew, be in an a cappella group, be in an improv troupe, write a play that's performed at the Bentley, and do a cartoon for the D, and try to be in a cool senior society. And guess what? I completed that checklist. But before you think, wait, why is this woman just bragging about her accomplishments from 17 years ago? Keep listening. Then I graduated, and I made a new checklist for my 20s. Get married by 27, have kids at 30, win an Oscar, be the star of my own TV show, host the MTV Music Awards. This was 2001, guys. It made more sense then. And do it all while being a size 2. Well, spoiler alert, I've only done one of those things, and I'm not sure I will ever do the others. And that is a really scary feeling, knowing how far that I've strayed from the person that I was hoping to be when I was 21. I will tell you a personal story. After my daughter was born in December, I remember bringing her home and being in my house with her for the first time and thinking, according to movies and TV, this is traditionally the time when my mother and spouse are supposed to be here sharing this experience with me. And I looked around, and I had neither. And for a moment, it was kind of scary. Like, can I do this by myself? But then, that feeling went away, because the reality is, I'm not doing it by myself. I'm surrounded by family and friends who love and support me. And the joy I feel from being with my daughter, Catherine, eclipses anything from any crazy checklist. So I just want to tell you guys, don't be scared if you don't do things in the right order, or if you don't do some things at all. I didn't think I'd have a child before I got married, but hey, it turned out that way, and I wouldn't change a thing. I didn't think I'd have dessert before breakfast today, but hey, it turned out that way, and I wouldn't change a thing. So, if I could impart any advice, it's this. If you have a checklist, good for you. Structured ambition can sometimes be motivating, but also, feel free to let it go. Yes, my culminating advice for my speech is a song from the Disney animated movie Frozen. I've covered a lot of ground today. Not all of it was serious, but I wanted to leave you with this. I was not someone who should have the life I have now, and yet I do. I was sitting in the chair you are literally sitting in right now, and I just whispered, why not me? And I kept whispering it for 17 years, and here I am, someone that this school deemed worthy enough to speak to you at your commencement. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do something, but especially not yourself. Go conquer the world. Just remember this. Why not you? You made it this far. Thank you very much, and congratulations to the class 2018.
Thank you, Minnie. That was wonderful. The President will now present retiring faculty and staff.
It is my privilege to recognize those members of the faculty and administration who are retiring this academic year after long and devoted service to Dartmouth. Their names can be found in the online program, but please join me now in thanking them for their many contributions. And I'd also like to take this opportunity to ask all of you to join me in welcoming back this day the 50th reunion class, who you've already heard from, the class of 1968, seated right out there. Welcome back.
Will all the graduates and the class of 1968 please rise and join the Glee Club in the singing of Dartmouth Undying.
Can forget her sharp and misty mornings, the clanging bells, the crunch of feet on snow, her sparkling noons, the crowding into commons, the long white afternoons, the twilight glow. See, by the light of many thousand sunsets, Dartmouth undying like a vision stars. Dartmouth, the gleaming, dreaming walls of Dartmouth, miraculously builded in our hearts.
Dean of the Faculty, Elizabeth Smith, will now present the valedictorians.
This year, we are in a fortunate position of recognizing 4 graduating seniors with outstanding academic records. These students share the honor of having the highest academic ranking of the graduating class of 2018 and are being honored as valedictorians of the class. Please join me in recognizing our valedictorians, each of whom has earned a grade point average of 4.0. Our first valedictorian, Hei Lin Cho, is a biology major from Redwood City, California. Our second valedictorian, Catherine Clayton, is a double major in government and French from Sleepy Hollow, New York. Our third valedictorian, Jean Joe, is a computer science major who comes to us from Medfield, Massachusetts. Our final valedictorian, Nicholas Norwitz, is a biology major from Auburndale, Massachusetts. Nick will now present the valedictory to the college.
Before I begin, I want to say two things directly to Mindy. One, I'm in Schoolhouse. And two, if you didn't notice, the females of the valedictorians outnumber me 3-1. So with that, President Hanlon, Mindy Kaling, distinguished guests, professors, families, and my fellow graduates of the class of 2018, I'd like to begin with a story. When I was young, every morning before I went to school, my father would kiss me on the forehead and say, "Nicholas, make good decisions today." I distinctly remember when I was 14 years old, finally turning to my dad and asking, "Dad, why do you always say that? Make good decisions today." He replied, "Because life is nothing more than a series of decisions. If you make good decisions, you'll be happy. If you make bad decisions, you won't." I've always remembered that conversation and tried to live by those words. Make good decisions. Coming to Dartmouth was one of the best decisions I ever made. I had visited campus several times and fell in love with the rural setting, the balanced lifestyles, the committed faculty, the inspiring students, and, of course, those delicious, soft-baked chocolate chip cookies at FOCO. They're really good. But what I've come to appreciate most of all over these past 4 years is that it's not about just making good decisions. You need to be provided with the opportunities to make those decisions. That's the real privilege of being at an elite Ivy League school like Dartmouth. It opens up doors you didn't know existed and provides opportunities that you could only dream of. Members of this class have appeared at international conferences on high-performance computing, consulted on social and ecological issues in Namibia and South Africa, worked directly with inspiring female leaders in Mumbai, India, run workshops at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace, and provided HIV education to vulnerable populations in the Dominican Republic. Through all of you, Dartmouth has a grip on the world. And you don't even need to leave campus to take advantage of these opportunities. Students can go to Dartmouth Hall and hear a Nobel laureate in physics speak about what we're made of. Or go to the pool and swim in a lane next to Olympic triathlete and world champion Sarah True. Or go to the Hop and hear the famous cellist Yo-Yo Ma speak about culture, understanding, and survival. So whether your interest is in STEM, sports, or the humanities, Dartmouth provides a plethora of opportunities from which to choose. Collectively, we have made some really good decisions over the past 4 years, and I am proud of all of you. But, admittedly, we've also made our share of bad decisions. Here are a few appropriately selected examples of each. Taking a computer science course when you barely know how to type or use Word, and everyone around you already knows how to program, bad decision. And I'll take responsibility for that one. Taking a professor to lunch at the Pine to guarantee an A on your essay, good decision. Eating 24 cookies from Foco in 30 minutes? Bad decision. And yes, that one's on you, Brant Slayton. Sorry, buddy. Doing due diligence to decide whether to expand the student body by 25%, good decision. Ultimately deciding not to expand the student body by 25%, very good decision. Thank you, President Hanlon. Stripping down in the dead of a New England winter so you can jump into an ice hole in Ockham Pond, bad decision, not only for you, but also for any kids you may, or may now not, have in the future. And agreeing to speak in front of an audience of over 10,000 people following a professional actress, author, and internationally renowned comedian, might have been a bad decision. But, and here's the caveat, even a bad decision can be a good decision so long as you learn from it. It's said that youth is wasted on the young. I've always preferred Luke Bryan's lyrics, which I'm not going to sing because that would be a bad decision. But they go something like this. I believe that youth is spent well on the young because wisdom in your 20s would be a lot less fun. And these 4 years at Dartmouth have certainly been a lot of fun. Do you agree? Come on, guys. This might be one of your last chances as a class to make some noise. I said, do you agree? That's better. They've been a lot of fun. But the wheel of fortune has now come full circle, and we're back to where we started. At a beginning. At a commencement. Time has passed in the blink of an eye. We have laughed and we have cried. We have loved and we have lived. We have grown our intellects and our characters. We've embraced the opportunities that Dartmouth has offered, and, for the most part, we have made good decisions. It's now time for us to step forward and take on the challenges that the world has to offer. From everything I have seen and every one I see before me here today, I am confident that we're up to those challenges. So be bold, Dartmouth class of 2018. Be bold and reach for the stars. But keep your feet on the ground. Remember your green roots, the foundations that were established here at Dartmouth, allowing you to reach your full potential. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, be the change you wish to see in the world. And, most importantly, Dartmouth, graduating class of 2018, make good decisions. Every decision, every day. Thank you.
Candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts will now be presented by the Dean of Faculty, Elizabeth Smith. I would like to remind the audience that a professional photographer is present and to request that the audience please cooperate in keeping the aisles clear. Will the head marshal please raise the senior class for the conferring of their degrees?
Mr. President, the women and men now presented to you have completed all of the requirements of Dartmouth College for the degree of Bachelor of Arts. At the request of the faculty and on their behalf, I am proud to present 1,146 candidates to you for the conferring of these degrees.
All right, guys, you ready? Ready for this? Members of the class of 2018, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the trustees of Dartmouth College, I confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts and declare you entitled to all of its rights, honors, and special privileges. Congratulations.
Well, the first two rows of the inside sections remain standing, and the rest of the rows, please be seated until it is your turn to approach the platform. Names of the graduating seniors will be read as they come forward.
Dalia Guadalupe Rodriguez Caspeta.
Jack Francis Hennigan.
Matthew Sindelar.
Patrick Wayne Lesh.
Harrison Bunkley Perkins.
Akila Kavuri.
Abigail Danielle Erica Anderson.
Brooke Joelle Hadley.
Nicole Devin Graham.
Griselda Esther Ramos.
Jean Zhou.
Elizabeth Tehaluna Calais Ohumai Kaileni Akau.
Nicholas Norwitz.
Millen Chitani. Matthew Spencer Goldstein.
Catherine Patricia Clayton.
Colton Daniel Abbott.
Michael Thomas Auberg.
Esteban Acevedo.
Abigail Abiola Aboaba.
Anthony Andrew Nyakwe Otto.
Alexandria Sloan Adams.
Benjamin Adler.
Akirai Aratula Adamoyo.
Aman Agaral.
Alexander Ajajanian.
Brooke Whitney Abi.
Abigail Adora Aguanobi.
Sayed Rockin Ahmed.
Perzad Amada.
Heidi McCunna Michaeleni On.
Annie Boyoung On.
Claire Francis Alkus.
Meredith Garrett Alabac.
Leah Rose Alpern.
William B. Allen.
Catherine Susan Altmeyer.
Priyanka Bharati Altman.
Monica Lizeth Alvarez.
Dylan Armstrong Alvarez.
Jacqueline Ridnour Anders.
Guillermo Alfredo Amado Chacon.
John Forrest Anderson.
Jesse Lynn Anderson.
Tyler Akeem Anderson.
Noel Cabot Anderson.
Dulce Veronica Angulo Amiano.
Hallie Rose Angel.
Estefany Aquino.
Olawad Milola Apoesho.
Radeshwar Aurora.
Inat Aster Adisu Arega.
Zora Aslami.
Amelia Elizabeth Ashley.
Adele Ah.
Sarah Blaine Atack.
Alyssa Austin.
Maria Jose Awil Alvarez.
Essen Azim.
Imanol Avendaño.
Callum Hoyt Backstrom.
Mark Daniel Bachman.
Peter Christian Bodenhausen.
Brock David Bacon.
Samuel Ezekiel Bahibi.
Terry Badin.
Adam Hunter Bailey.
Alexander George Waldman Bailey.
Zainab Aliyah Bakran.
Lillian Kaylin Bain.
Stephen Banks.
Abigail Castle Baldwin.
Andrew Maxwell Barg.
David Manning Balu.
Carter Henry Bardum.
Alan Jacob Baranov.
Alexander Beals.
Louise Janine Barrios.
Julie Bernice Becker.
Jayanth Venkata Nagarendra Satyanana Bachu.
Michael Bediaco.
Theodore Reynolds Bosch.
Cortland Thacker Begor.
Kira Josephine Baudet.
Eleanor Piper Bennett.
Catherine Braun Beckhorn.
Loveridge Alistair Worthington Beret.
Jonathan Michael Beering.
Marcus Lee Berg.
Elias Domingo Bello.
Richard Barr Berman.
Larson Tisdale Bennett.
Abhishek Bhargava.
Carolyn Margaret Behrens.
Ronak Surrender Bojwani.
Luke Richard Berlinghoff.
Melissa Biggs.
Daniel Enrique Berte Schlesinger.
Elena Bird.
Hirak Chandresh Bhatt.
Charlotte Foster Blatt.
Claire Elizabeth Bick.
Elizabeth Anna Bloom.
Claire Marley Bird.
Sarah Elizabeth Bach.
Andrew William Blackwell.
Vikram Vineet Bodus.
Brian Mako Bleak.
Sabrina Mills Borer.
Peter Siegel Blum.
Kimberly Bolsinger.
Willis Henry Bocock.
Caroline Margaret Boreri.
Scott Ross Bone.
Andrew E. Bullis.
Colin James Boyd.
Ross Nathan Bauer.
Gabriel Scott Bonning.
Caroline Bergvon Linde Braun.
Evan Boudreau.
Morgan Roland Bronson.
Brendan Thayer Boval.
Jarius James Brown.
Ian Joseph Brackbill.
Sapphire Suzanne Brown.
Santiago Luis Brewer.
Eric Davis Bruner.
Galen Isidore Lieberman Brown.
Jurgen Way Booksteiner.
Luke Austin Brown.
Laura Patricia Buckland.
Rebecca Trapp Brownell.
Devin Ray Hans Buffalo.
James Charrington Buchanan.
Kimoni Machiko Burke.
Brendan Michael Buckley.
Andrew Patrick Burton.
Lauren Ora Budd.
Dylan James Cahill.
India Rose Burden Dasbach.
Caleb Gray Caldwell.
Adam Crawford Burnett.
Justin Farley Call.
Abby Elena Cahill.
Edward John Camp.
Kendall Elizabeth Calcano.
Victoria Wills Campbell.
Ethan Robert Call.
Jessica Marie Cantos.
Cristal Cayupe Chavez.
Margaret Ann Carangelo.
Gina Luisa Campanelli.
John Richard Cardwell.
Caroline Ellen Canning.
Amos Rodman Cariotti.
Krishan Kanzias.
Emily Young Carr.
Riley Erickson Carbone.
Ivan Jacob Carrier.
Samuel Valdez Carey.
Edward Hill Carter Jr.
Jessica Marie Carpenter.
Kelsey Catano.
Charles Richard Carrera.
Adelaide Clifton Chabot.
Lauren Elizabeth Carson.
Eugene Che.
William Brennan Cascarano.
Anoop S. Chamrajnagar.
Gerald Elizabeth Lewis Catlett II.
Cheryl Chang.
Anish Chatalavada.
Rachel Michelle Chang.
Brittany Kagan Champagne.
Shashwat Chatterbeatty.
Roshni Chandwani.
Kaina Chen.
Ho Chun Herbert Cheng.
Sarah Lu Chen.
Sundashu Chumpuria.
Kelly Yanning Chen.
Clayton Chatham.
Yinning Chen.
Aaron Whitaker Cheese.
Charan Chen.
Lursa Janting Chen.
Oliver Chang.
Vincent Isaac Chen.
Morvin Chin.
Yifei Chen.
Emily Sarah Choate.
Yun Chao Chen.
Kelvin Chow.
Yun Yu Chen.
Kiefer Cabot Christensen.
Natalie Gassner Chertoff.
Peyun Chu.
Madeline Alexandra Chisholm.
Rachel Emily Cetera.
Dina Abby Cho.
Allison Rebecca Clark.
Jonathan David Chu.
Crystal Adora Clements.
Brian Hyun Chung.
Allegra Candice Cotterman.
Livia Zetner Klandorf.
Julia Irene Cohen.
Philip Joseph Cloudy.
Benjamin James Colello.
Michael Dale Cobb.
Samuel Joseph Colello.
Madeline Coffey.
Shireen Nicole Collins.
Sarah Ashley Cohen.
Michael Wyatt Colon.
Jessica Blanche Collin.
Erin Maria Connolly.
Riley Christopher Collins.
Timothy Connor.
Ana Mercedes Colon Umpiere.
Ashley Brianna Cook.
Andy Kealoi Sato Conching.
Benjamin Kagan Cooper.
Sophie Elizabeth Connor.
Morgan Jane Corley.
Julia Ryan Conway.
Kaylin Davis Core.
Virginia Brewster Cook.
Adam Robert Coit.
Dominic Hans Corman.
Jacob Osajan Kruger.
Edward David Cornu.
Marie Therese Cummings.
Amanda Hope Corrigan.
Johan Kermali.
Nicholas Matthias Corey.
Jacob Rosenthal Cutler.
Andrew Crutchfield.
Zainabu Niame Duffy.
Christina Grace Carcelli.
Taylor Brooke Daly.
Margaret Francis Curry.
Matt Voss Danilak.
Dominique Jordan Dadakian.
Oliver Darwish.
Charlotte Conroy Dahl.
John Bernard Dawkins III.
Micah Azatwo Ahaglini Daniels.
Christopher O'Leary Davis.
Sarah Mary Kate Darwin.
Joshua L. Davis.
Anwesh Dash.
Julia Darasega.
Sophie Amelia Davidson.
Annette Pelican Denikis.
Jace Alexander Davis.
James Gregory Detweiler.
Trevor Lee Davis.
Zoe Deneen.
Manon de Vilmagene.
Sophia Isabel Desario.
Michaela Diane Dimmert.
Renee Michelle Dobrinsky.
Olivia Deng.
Rachel Sung-hee Doko.
Madison Meade DeRose.
Julia Rose Donald.
Rocco Angelo DeLeo.
Laura June Donald.
James Peter Dion Jr.
Kyle Daughter.
Ryan Devereaux Divers.
Bridget Kelsey Douglas.
Juliana Catherine Docking.
Morgan Mary Dressel.
Jackson Ford Dolphin.
Charles Turner Dwayne.
Sophie Celine Elizabeth Dorchamont.
Cormac Dugan.
Ashley Aaron Dotson.
Melissa Ellen Dunham.
Bridget Ann Doherty.
Tiffany Lane Dyson.
Tyler David Dowse.
Oliver Frank Edelson.
Elza Ellen Drofe.
Justin Douglas Edwards.
Perla Cristal Dueñas.
Lillian Murphy Eisner.
Kate Rome Dumanian.
Samuel N. W. Emma.
Maxwell S. Durchie.
Kendall Ernst.
George Whitfield Easley.
Mauricio Esquivel Rogel.
James Graham Edwards.
Marissa Lynn Evans.
Jamie Alexis Eag.
Anna Maureen Iwasesco.
Jack William Elder.
Nizar Ezrura.
Oliver Joseph Engelhart.
Drusilla Falco.
Alexa Escalona.
Benjamin Douglas Farrar.
Brianna Renee Etheridge.
Rachel Tammy Favors.
Emily Rose Everhard.
Jesse Feldmanstein.
Eliza Florence Ezrapor.
Matthew Court Ferguson.
James Titus Fair.
Tony Ferrari.
Kevin Ryan Farmer.
Justin Alexander Ferrer.
Jeffrey Theodore Fastow.
Claire Elizabeth Foy.
Shannon Fee.
Janice Maria Timas Vidalgu.
Elise Ann Ferguson.
Meredith Abercrombie Fiertz.
Natalie Adele Furneaux.
Caroline Elizabeth Filan.
Michael Joseph Ferraro.
Patrick James Flathers.
Eric W. Fett.
Maximilian O'Fleegner.
Samuel Philip Fickhorn.
Katerina Suarez Florisi.
Campbell Elizabeth Field.
Isabella Suarez Florisi.
Manuel de Jesus Figueroa.
Bridget Cecilia Flynn.
Ashley Nicole Fixico.
Xander R. Fong.
Catherine Marie Flessel.
Liam Gabriel Fortin.
Joseph Flores.
Justin Fowler.
Kelsey Elizabeth Flower.
Brian Matlock Francis.
Catherine Renee Floyd.
Lydia Kim Freehafer.
Paulden Elizabeth Flynn.
Alexandra Claire Frick.
Samuel Philip Forstner.
Catherine Anna Foos.
John Bernard Fossend.
Ruben Gallardo Lopez.
Simona Juliana Franson.
Leela Grace Gannon.
Allison Marie France.
Javier Francisco Garcia Conway.
Christian Oliver Fry.
Henry U. Gardner.
Shirley Yaffa Gabber.
Janelle Haley Galba.
Sarah Paige Gagnon.
Allison Morgan Gelman.
Arti Gongathan.
Alexandra Whitney Gerber.
Jeffrey Shung Gao.
And Mole Gavri.
Juan Andres Garcia Jr.
Brian Andrew Gigerich.
Matthew Daniel Garvey.
Catherine Tao Gilroy.
Natalie Gelman.
Anissa Danielle Gladney.
Cody Ray George.
Matthew Daniel Goff.
Jane Elizabeth Gerstner.
Abhilasha Gokulan.
Libby Claire Gibson.
Noah Davidson Goldstein.
Christian Elizabeth Gill.
Wendy Gong.
Miranda Noel Gish.
Benjamin William Goodman.
John Bernard Glantz.
Ariel Gordon Rowe.
Samuel Ray Gotchman.
Harrison Cordell Gorman.
Justine Mary Goggin.
Claire Erkins Goss.
Libby Helen Goldman.
Francesca Christina Governali.
Emily Ann Galitzin.
Emily Jane Grabowski.
Jonathan D. Gonzalez.
Sophia Luisa Grimel Garza.
Haley Ann Gordon.
Lyric Moray Griffin.
Eugene Tata Gorlaku Jr.
Daniel Aaron Grubman.
Alexander Elliott Goss.
Scott Michael Grubman.
Brenna Janae Gourgeot.
Oscar Antonio Guerra.
Patrick Wayne Gregory.
Stephanie Xiaoying Gua.
Marcus Gresham.
Alfredo Armin Germendi.
Kate Rosalind Kerr Griffiths.
Benjamin Charles Hannum.
Helen Gu.
Ian James Hanselman.
Michael Francis Guadagno.
Adina Hari.
Manmeet Gujral.
Sarah Diane Harris.
Tarangana Guranungo.
John Jude Harvey.
Benjamin David Hageman.
Caroline Jane Hattier.
Rachel Elizabeth Hand.
Daniel Ali Hazlett.
Timothy Connor Hannon.
Robert Heed.
May Hardebeck.
Samuel James Heath.
Alice Harrison.
Alyssa Renee Hines.
Patrick Sullivan Harvey.
Stephanie Cindy Herr.
Brennan Cade Hawsey.
Jennifer Yvonne Hernandez.
Helen He.
David Herrera.
Ishwin Her.
Amanda Cheyenne Hertz.
Spencer Douglas Heim.
Austin Webb High.
Ayanda Neambizi Heta.
William Christopher Hill.
Tiger Young Henderson.
Stephen Grayson Cook Hinshaw.
Beneshi Hermes Roach.
Thomas Lee Hodgson III.
Abraham Herrera.
Kyle Lincoln Holbrook.
Phoebe Klein Hirsch.
Evan Honnold.
Alvin Schroeder Human.
Ashley House.
Regina Tony Hill.
Sydney Alexandra House.
Brooke Michelle Hilliard.
Caroline Sue.
Leah Catherine Height.
Nan Hu.
Acacia Damiano Hoisington.
Wendy Sheng Huang.
Yun Ji Hong.
Gregory Earl Hunter.
Elena Natalia Horton.
Raphael Eric Vieding.
Maria Catherine Howie.
Muzaffar Omar Idris.
Emma Grace Howeiler.
Eric Radukunda.
Jinhu.
Ariel Isaacson.
Annie Huang.
Ethan Aaron Isaacson.
Christopher Robin Huberty.
Elizabeth Hanlon Jacobs.
James Herr.
Shinar Jen.
Sharif Ibrahim.
Robin Emil Jaiswal.
Vivian Tobechuku Ilonzo.
Kennedy Ella Jensen.
Miles Francis Irish III.
Daniela Isabel Perez.
Lydia Francis Jobs.
Vivian Jiang.
Andres M. Jacobs.
Nathaniel Joseph Johansson.
Jennifer Jane.
Joseph John.
Noah Sangyun Jang.
Alexander Boyce Johnson.
Celeste Legene Jennings.
Raven Chanel Shane Johnson.
Hio Lim Jiyoung.
Stephen Hunter Johnston.
Kushul Sanjeev Javeri.
Rachel Elizabeth Jones.
Shinwei Zhang.
Tara Sheila Joshi.
Deepak T. John.
Alana Marie Jurek.
Kimberly Conrad John.
Roberto Enrique Cafati Santos.
Julian Tyler Johnson.
Shashwat Kala.
Taylor Alexander Johnson.
Corey Adam Kolk.
Jessica Marie Jones.
Cherie Kendille.
Ursula Ann Youngblood.
Kevin Kang.
Daniel Jung.
Despina B. Corrales.
Saba Nezad.
Brian Hamilton Kerr.
Michael Alexander Kaiser.
James Ridley Watson Keefe.
Divya Kalindindi.
Alexander Cole Kelly.
Charlotte Kamen.
Ian Joe Kelsey.
Mary Isabel Kane.
Kevin Scott Kennelly.
Matthew Kang.
Jan Ketterson.
Courtney Kristen Kealoalani Kawano.
Grant Collins Kosla.
Shania Lionel Key.
Madeline Bowles Killen.
Ashley Fujimoto Kakona.
Cheyun Kim.
Jonah Harrison Kelly.
Jeffrey Kim.
Aiden James Aquinas Keneally.
Min Q Kim.
Joshua Albert Kerber.
Elizabeth Renee Kinsella.
Evan Charles Key.
Ilona Maria Kish.
Precious Chabet Kalimo.
Alexis Kiven.
Margaret Peyton Kilvert.
Lindsay Lee Knutson.
Edward Kim.
Caroline Victoria Kohler.
Q. H. Kim.
Bruno Korbar.
Samuel Taewan Kim.
Ferris Abdullah.
Gabrielle M. Curlew.
Victor Alexander Borza.
Jessica Lauren Kittleberger.
Fiona Louise Bowen.
James Edward Knight Jr.
Ralph Helm Carestia.
Jessica Ann Cochan.
Shuochi Chen.
John Frederick Corzelius.
Walker L. Chiefy.
Joshua David Cutrin.
Thomas Mark Cornu.
Emma Alexandra Muzan.
Benjamin Livingston Dobbins.
Danielle Sarah Kroll.
Michelle Lynn Dundeck.
Deep Kumar.
Ella Ryan Zanitas.
Davina Kumar.
Edward Feist.
Elise Ann Quo.
Catherine Elizabeth Flatham.
Jennifer Quo.
Eric Joseph Greenlee.
Natalie Kwan.
Annie Mue Hong.
Christian Kuisanga.
George Joseph Hito.
Christopher Junho Kim.
Sun Ju Lee.
Tomas Sebastian Laporta.
Benjamin Michael Littlejohn.
Lauren Elizabeth Lackey.
Richard Liu.
Samantha Nicole LaFontaine.
Lloyd May.
Allie Marie Fudge.
Nicholas Pieper Newman.
David Laguna.
Ella Forberg Ryan.
Joseph Michael Lally III.
Brett Logan Seeley Hacker.
Spencer David Lambden.
Andrew Joshua Schufer.
Laurelyn Marie Farnican Laura.
Emily Vogelin Wexler.
Carolyn Sayer Lawyer.
William Reeves Tremmel.
Sydney Nicole Lattimore.
Celeste Beatriz Vasquez.
Margaret R. Larson.
Jarrett Preston Taylor.
Griffin Edward Lear.
Andrew Morris Werchniak.
Charles Louis Liebens.
Lily Zhang.
Albert Lee.
Samuel Insuk Lee.
Carolyn Upton Lee.
Sarah Sohyun Lee.
Connie Jarin Shia Lee.
Connor Douglas Lehan.
Aaron Sidney Lee.
Caroline Rose Lempres.
Junho Lee.
Alexa Emily Lewis.
Daniel Gongmin Lee.
Cindy Lee.
Khalil Husan Lee.
Grace Lee.
Myung Chang Lee.
Jared Duker Lichtman.
Suwan Brian Lee.
Emily Jennifer Lynn.
Vivian Wei Lee.
Liza Lindgren.
Edward Charles Whitehead IV.
Angelina Leonetta.
Paul Carl Leninger III.
April C. Liu.
Kathleen Mary Letkowitz.
Savannah Liu.
Chen Guang Lee.
Richard Joseph Loftus.
Dale Lee.
Corey Andrea Lopez.
Michael Alessandro Libre.
Catherine Elizabeth Laughlin.
Ji U Lim.
Jessica Xinyuan Liu.
Nathan Lin.
Rongfei Liu.
Sarah Joanna Lindquist.
Emily Z. Ma.
James Gregory Liptrot.
L. Martin McAlpine.
Julia Liu.
Charles Austin Mack.
Stephanie Liu.
Harrison Maxwell Benjamin Maidman.
Abigail Rose Livingston.
Eliana Howell Mallory.
Christina Rose Long.
Brittany Catherine Mann.
Eric Loscalzo.
Nay K. Mansour.
Gabriella Juliette Lowry.
Isabella Sophia Marshall.
Ray Sintao Liu.
Julian Alexandru Marcoux II.
Natalie Ludwig.
Hannah Markowitz.
Kimberly Yi Kwun Ma.
Dean Hunter Marriott.
Anne Claire McArt.
Garrett Allen Martin.
Robert Charles McGuire.
Cecilia Christian Maciello.
Joseph Kyle Malinowski.
Kaylin Amber Mason.
Samantha Desiree Maltese.
Claire McElfresh Matthias.
Olivia Man Nochari Yoon.
Kira Lauren Maxwell.
Manur Muksud.
John Douglas McAndrews.
Jacob Anderson Marchman.
Eliza Lily McDonough.
Darnell Ibsen Marska.
Morgan Claire McGonigal.
Anthony John Flores Marquez.
Madison Hope McIlwain.
Emma Claire Ballas Marsano.
James Patrick McJunkin.
Carolyn Martinez.
Colin Michael McKinney.
Nora Carey Hagman Massler.
Colleen Doyle McManus.
Hannah J. Matheson.
Sophie Eliza Mead.
Christina Alexandra Maria Mathis.
Andrew Reynolds Meckel.
Hannah Isabel Mazanson.
Annie Elizabeth Medina.
Madeline Bouchard Mucardo.
Zacchaeus Maroney Brown.
Alexander McDowell.
Eric Harris Miley.
Tess Olivia McGinnis.
Yesenia Mejia.
Jane Riley McInerney.
Catherine Lee Menser.
Taylor Catherine McKenna.
Timothy Messon.
Kyron McKinnon Crudden.
Paige Coolidge Mickle.
Brian Jeffrey McLaughlin.
Bailey Mark Miller.
Carolyn Janet McShay.
Colin Matthew Minor.
Joseph Robert Mears.
Amber Renee Mixon.
Gregory Denitz Medeiros.
Lee Marie Moffett.
Noe Madrano.
Zanab Milani.
Siddharth Mehra.
Kelly Barbara Moore.
Francine Mejia.
Juliet Elise Morales.
Jonathan Meng.
Maya Simone Moten.
Gustavo Andres Mercado Muniz.
Jack Franklin Morosis.
Marisol Meyer.
Shannon Marie Mukherjee.
Paul James Midgley.
Sai Harshita Muparaju.
Theodore Thomas Minerva.
Rosina Naidu.
Lauren Catherine Mitchell.
Lefteris Sebastian Nakos.
Daniel Joseph Motor.
Hannah Margaret Nash.
Shahrzad Mohideen.
May Nguyen.
Christopher Sean Morad.
Haley Joe Nichols.
Eleni Alexandra Mora.
Sarah Nicole Nirenberg.
Ariana Marissa Moran.
Andrea Nicole Norman.
Savannah Jane Moss.
Haley Janet Marie Noronha.
Megan Amanda Mounts.
Rafael Angel Nunez Jr.
Natalie Lane Mueller.
Mali Aukit Obamsawin.
Anne Chance Muller.
Isabel Monteith Oden.
Shiria Musioka.
Virginia Sterling Ogden.
Tadashi Nakata.
David Seungbin Oh.
Hannah Hyun-jeong Nam.
Olafur Ori Olafson.
Kevin Joseph Neely.
Bridget Sarah O'Neill.
Hang Zui Wen.
Rachel Kerubo Onserio.
Chiimeka Stephanie Njaku.
Sadie Rose Oppenheim.
Johan Carter Nurdsi.
Joshua Ashaku Otu.
Elise Michelle Norman.
Jacqueline Noel Pajaw.
Emma Chantal Oberstein.
Yogyong Annika Park.
Desmond Harrington O'Brien.
Braden Pulowski.
Stephen Kwame Ofori Jr.
Cody James Pennypacker.
Andrew James Ogren.
Michael Jonathan Perkins.
Michael Kwabena Ohene AJ.
William Harper Persampieri.
Wyatt Raymond Omsberg.
Forrest K. Peterson.
Catherine Hastings O'Neill.
Caroline Olivia Petro.
Porter James Ontko.
Morgan Adelaide Philly.
Michael G. Ortiz.
Ernie Pichardo.
Kiana Jade Ouden.
Lucia Morris Pearson.
Zachary Thomas Palmer.
Sarai Pineda.
Gia Rose Parker.
Leonardo Caceres.
Lillian Hattie Jones Patrikoff.
Daniel Joseph Pomerantz.
Jerry Peng.
Cameron Joel Poole.
Audrey Perez.
Daniel Joshua Prop.
Skylar James Perot.
Benjamin Max Pundyke.
Marley Juve Peters.
Ethan Thomas Putnam.
Patrick Peterson.
Edward Pyun.
Sarah Kristen Petroni.
Matthew Beal Rabito.
Adam Grant Phillips.
Rajiv Ramira.
Aiden Francis Pierce.
Valeria Ramirez.
Elizabeth Grace Pillsbury.
Ian Alexander Raphael.
Kara Ryan Piskey.
Philip Jared Rosansky.
Zachary Thomas Elias Plant.
Jared Spencer Rao.
Charles Britston Pontarelli.
Brandy Lare Riano.
Wyatt Collins Prill.
Connor Joseph Regan.
Sadhana Puri.
Alexandra Janet Reichert.
Alexander Samuel Putter.
Dennis James Riley Jr.
Christopher Quintero Galvis.
Mitchell August Revers.
Catherine Marie Rafter.
Bianca Elizabeth Reby.
Jay Raju.
Michael Brooks Richards.
Cindy Vanessa Ramirez.
Emma Claire Reeb.
William Robert Ramirez.
Braylon Michelle Reiner.
Hayden Jeffrey Rappaport.
Zoe Alt Rivas.
Vanessa Kathleen Roach.
Timothy Felix Rizvanov.
Kevin John Reed.
Danica Rodriguez.
Menaka Naram Reddy.
Garrison Edward Rowe.
Hallie Grace Reichel.
Annika Lynn Royce.
Marcus Xavier Reed.
Spencer Philip George Ross.
Kendall Marie Reinhardt.
Jonathan Bradshaw Rost.
Elizabeth Ann Reynolds.
Faith Chepchumba Rotich.
Chiro Riccardi.
Benjamin Clark Rubin.
Parker Thornton Richards.
Samuel Walker Runkle.
Graham Urson Rigby.
Jamie Thomas Rush.
Preeti Rishi.
Grace Helena Ryan.
Nicholas Roth Rizik.
Kevin Tetan Liu.
Emily Ann Robertson.
Catherine Kyle Sachs.
Nicholas Andrew Rodriguez.
Lindsay Taylor Salem.
William Mark Romness.
Sarah Ann Salzman.
Lindsay K. Ross Trevor.
William Sandlund.
Sarah Lynn Rote.
Zoe Vala Sands.
Anna Rawthorne Apple.
Jacqueline DeCrane Sarah Leggy.
Caesar Rufino.
Robert Sayeg.
Sheridan Exene Russell.
J. Corey Schiff.
River Alexander Rimshaw.
Zachary Engel Schnell.
Madison Marie Sable.
Warren Isaac Shore.
Sushmita Saduka.
Brendan Alexander Schutz.
Trammell Salzgaber.
Alexandra Sclafani.
Johnny Joseph Sanchez.
Alexander Charles C.
Francesca Sands.
Isaac Lindau Sensor.
Alexa Olin Santry.
Will Corey Schaefer.
Stephen Francis Satterthwaite.
Nikita Shiva.
Benjamin Hathaway Scammell.
Rachel Ashley Shatnoff.
Michael David Schlichting.
Alexander Jackson Sheehan.
Rachel Scholzbright.
Anthony Shen.
Julia Nicole Schroeder.
Owen Casey Shepcaro.
Eric Alexander Brennan Schwade.
Kathy Yang Shi.
Valentina Sedlacek.
Jenna Hyunjin Shin.
Mary Claire Marie Seaman.
Dustin Alexander Shirley.
Henry Noah Sankfor.
Timothy Ryan Shoup.
Kaylee Shagan.
Bukiwe Simile Silongonyane.
Amir Sharif.
Clara Grace Sylvanik.
Sawyer Shaw.
Pooja Amit Singhi.
Dusted David Sheehan.
Cameron Francis Scaff.
Nicholas Shepard.
Peter Soren Scow.
Margaret Jacqueline Sharon.
Brant Slayton.
Christopher H. Shin.
Cameron Devon Smith.
Andrew Len Shipman.
David Charles Damore Smith.
Daniel Aaron Schlein.
Madison Ann Smith.
Susan Princess Sidamon Aristoff.
Zoe Wilcox Snow.
Pooja Binky Sika.
Peter Leong Song.
John Champion Sinclair.
Sajo So.
Emma May Sclaren.
Ashwath Mayor Srikanth.
Emily Kate Slagle.
Robert Morton Stackhouse.
Emily Jane Smid.
Lee Page Steinberg.
Charles Michael Smith.
Jonah Michael Sternthal.
Ebony Nicole Smith.
Devaran Dontrell Stockman.
Olivia Pauline Smith.
Sophia Miriam Stone.
Ji Soo Song.
Carolyn Strouch.
Kevin Patrick Sorachi.
Amber Lee Strock.
Paul Eric Michael Doe Spankfort.
Jack Francis Sullivan.
Maya Lakshmi Srinivasan.
Lukman Sumartono.
John Sinclair Stahl.
Jessica Angie Sun.
Kaya Ray Stern.
Carolyn Glasser Sussman.
Liam Elliott Stevens.
Rebecca Claire Sudam.
Ryder J. Stone.
Grace Isabel Jean Sylvia.
Sumita Madok Strander.
William Stanford Tackett.
Douglas Kent Straza.
Douglas Harrison Talmadge.
Ian Jerome Sullivan.
Sahara Dawn Tankersley.
John Michael Sullivan.
Kyle Angelo Tarantino.
Andrew Howe Sun.
Jack Curtis Taylor.
Ji Yoon Sung.
Helen Elizabeth Thomas.
Kent Franklin Sutton.
Emery Darrell Thompson.
Holly Swinehart.
Eric Elias Thorpe.
Sarah Louise Tabik.
Christopher Crawford Tinsman.
Mikiko Takado.
Sarah Topic.
Weijia Tang.
Liam Torrens.
Neil Vinod Tapiawala.
Misha Tavashenko.
Itai Taubenfeld.
Marisol Page Tracy.
Rafananda Tejada.
Dong Kwa Tran.
Joshua Chamberlain Thomas.
Kalai Olaa Trask Sharp.
James Edward Thompson III.
Winston Lawrence Trope.
Ava Pierce Tishner.
Alana C. Tucker.
Nicholas Stephen Tompkins.
William Brophy Tyree.
Sydney Topper.
Anirudh Kumar Udutha.
Cecilia Duran Torres.
Joshua Aaron Uffland.
Caleb Forrest Town.
Marie Jose Uayezu.
David Michael Tremonti.
Rizada Bhavin Vade.
Peter Quang Tran.
Nicholas David Valenzuela.
Matthew John Treber.
Noah William Van Dyke.
Huang Ying Dung Trung.
Jazz Mackenzie Van Loom.
Morgan Elizabeth Turner.
Robert William Van Voorhis.
Chinadum Amarachi Uche.
Tyler Killian Vandenberg.
Kent Ueno.
Luisa Vasquez.
Michael Robert Urick the second.
Leila Yasmin Vicinelli.
Sachin Mayank Vadodaria.
Kristen Morgan Verkler.
Leah Valdez.
Anderson Lee Von Eschen.
Gabrielle Elise Vandehoek.
Sydney Nicole Walter.
Rachel Dinzis Van Gelder.
Angela Anshi Wang.
Marina Jazz Van Pelt.
Jessica Jiesu Wang.
Matthew Scanlon King Vance.
Robert Wong.
Alexandria Victoria Vasquez.
Chi Chi Wang.
Nicholas Andrew Vernice.
Joseph Dean Waring.
Madison Nicole Villarreal.
Akanksa Wasan.
Peter Dat Vo.
Mariana Jordan Webb.
Claire Ann Watava.
Andrew Robert Weckstein.
Alma Wang.
Eric Thomas Wise.
James Wong.
Juliana Marie Werfully.
Jerry Wang.
Ayana Whitmall.
Yidrin Amanda.
Daniel J. Widowski.
Abigail Ward.
Michaela Anisha Williams.
Peter Milliken Warren.
Benjamin Champlin Wilson.
Drew Catherine Waterman.
Gregory Broadus Winder.
Morgan Virginia Waterman.
Jessica Janae Winters.
Alexander Lewis Weinberg.
She Wojciechowski.
Liza Wemacor.
Christopher Ross Wood.
Catherine Rachel Whalen.
R. Stewart Wood.
Ian Whitney.
Anne Miriam Waranecki.
Nakia Maria Whiten.
Edric Lee Wong.
Duncan Terrell Williford.
Kevin Lei Shu.
Henry Harrison Wilson III.
Tong Su.
Haley Certain Winter.
Josephine Ann Yalovitzer.
Alexander Shenuit Witherspoon.
Kai Yan.
Andrew George Wolf.
Emily Hui Yang.
Keenan Wood.
Sally Kyung-eun Yi.
Haley Griffin Woodbury.
Andrew Christopher Yohe.
Miles Martin Wright.
Zichin Yuen.
Alexis Sade Wyatt.
Matthew Chi Chang Young.
Lily Shu.
Ashley Michelle Zapeta.
Kevin Shui.
Jennifer Hong Tong Zhao.
Catherine Taylor Yamahata.
Jennifer Rebecca Zong.
Barry Yang.
Anthony Harris.
Zachary Campbell Yates.
Gianna Jolibeth de la Cruz Duarte.
Madeline Taylor Yee.
Juliana Marie Barada.
Kimberly Sumi Sharon Yu.
Evan James Griffith.
Esther Hoji Young Yoon.
Christian Peter Rizzuto.
James Zeck.
Amelia Margaret Baldwin.
Tiffany Zai. Audrey Elizabeth Zhang. Maggie Serena Baird. Benjamin James Bonner. Madeline Marie Miller. Richard Antoine Williams Jr. Sophia Siu.
Will the head marshal please raise all the graduating students?
Okay, graduates, congratulations. It's been literally years of hard work that have led you to this day and to your final moments as students at Dartmouth. And we're all gathered here to salute your accomplishments and celebrate your future. We are friends and family who have loved and supported you, faculty and staff who have nurtured your talents and passions, alumni who eagerly welcome you into the Dartmouth Fellowship. For appropriately, today is all about you. It's your journey, your achievements, academic, athletic, artistic, and most importantly, your transition into the next phase of your life. But let's not forget that we also conferred honorary degrees from Dartmouth today upon 6 distinguished individuals seated over here. 4 of them were seated exactly where you were many years ago, 17 years ago, 39 years ago, 50 years ago, and 72 years ago, to be exact. So, did you ever stop and wonder, why do we celebrate the accomplishments of our honorary degree recipients if today is supposed to be all about you? You know, what's up with that? Well, in fact, the honorary degrees are all about you. As we prepare to send you out into the world, they serve for you as some awesome examples of what a successful, purpose-driven life can be. In every one of their stories, there is much for you to learn about the path to success in the world. Kindness and humility, grit, courage, and determination. But this year's particular set of recipients taken together, the lives and careers that they've led, they deliver yet another message, and one that is especially meaningful at this moment in time. David Rubenstein, a founder of a major global corporation, chairman of the Council on Foreign Relations and member of the International Business Council of the World Economic Forum, has devoted a career to understanding the global economy. A practicing psychiatrist in Tanzania, Sylvia Kaya, has leveraged international collaborations through partnerships with Dartmouth and other universities to make breakthroughs in mental health research. Peter Fahey's rapid rise to partner at Goldman Sachs was in no small part the result of his innate understanding of the world's financial markets and how they fit together. And even after retirement, he's continued to support small businesses and women entrepreneurs worldwide. Bill Holmes has devoted his entire life to global health issues, working in the most underserved parts of the world, both as a practicing physician and a partner to international aid and humanitarian organizations. The proud daughter of immigrants, Mindy Kaling, routinely draws inspiration from world cultures to create and portray characters that are eminently relatable to audiences and at the same time challenge conventions and stereotypes. And throughout his entire public service career, Frank Guarini recognized the value of international trade and worked to foster the kind of global partnerships that he knows are critical to our future. So yes, there is wisdom to be found in the life stories of these 6 remarkable individuals. Each of our honorary degree recipients has embraced their global citizenship as both a gift and a responsibility. They relish the rich interplay between world cultures. They understand that never before have the world's economies been so intertwined. And they recognize that at no time in history have the urgent challenges facing humankind so defied national boundaries in their impact and their solutions. 2 years ago, Gail and I had the incredible opportunity to travel to the Arctic. Ross Virginia, our beloved professor of environmental science and head of the Institute for Arctic Studies, led the expedition. And while we were there, we witnessed firsthand the profound effects that our changing climate is having on the people, the wildlife, and the habitat in the region. And although the effects of climate change are extreme in the Arctic, they're actually felt on every continent and will require true global partnerships to address. This is the case for so many of today's pressing issues. Members of the class of 2018, other graduates today, we have done our very best to prepare you to be citizens of the world. Many of you came to Dartmouth as international students and enriched our campus with your perspectives and your culture. Well over half of you spent at least one term abroad, and still more of you will begin your careers overseas. As you leave Dartmouth, remember the lessons you've learned through your global engagements, taking inspiration from today's honorary degree recipients. Understand the importance of cultural awareness and cultural humility. Recognize the rich pool of talent that exists across the globe and harness the power of partnerships in your work. Remember that better solutions arise when diverse perspectives are applied to the complex challenges you'll face. In short, be citizens of the world. Congratulations, and away you go. Make your mark all across the girdled earth. We'll be watching your exploits with pride and awe. May you travel far and experience much, but always keep Dartmouth close to your hearts. Good luck.
Will the audience please rise and join the Glee Club in the singing of 2 verses of the Alma Mater.
Give a rouse,
Congratulations, class of 2018. The audience is requested to remain seated while the platform group, faculty, and graduates march out. Thank you.
Thank you.